past as though to say, "A new life? You mean a life without me? Do you think you will ever escape from me?" "No," was the answer to that. "Never. You will always be there, Pietro. There is no escape, not even the grave." Tom, I told myself flippantly, would sound so much better. Much more grand opera. That was what Pietro would have said. Pietro, my lover and rival, the one who charmed and soothed, the one who taunted, who inspired and destroyed. There was no escape. He would always be there in the shadows, the man with and without whom it was impossible to be happy. But I had not come on this journey to think of Pietro. The object was to forget him. I must think of Roma. Now, I should say something about the events which led up to this moment, how Roma came to be at Lovett Mill and how I met Pietro. Roma was 2 years my senior, and we were the only children. Both our mother and father had been dedicated archaeologists, to whom the discovery of ancient relics was of far greater importance than being parents. They constantly disappeared on digs, and their attitude toward us was one of vague benevolence, which was at least unobtrusive and therefore not unwelcome. Mother had been something of a phenomenon, for it was unusual in those days for a woman to take part in archaeological exploration, and it was through her interest in the subject that she met father. They married, no doubt expecting a life of exploration and discovery. This they started to enjoy until it was interrupted first by the arrival of Roma and then by myself. Our appearances could not exactly have been welcomed, but they were determined to do their duty by us, and at early ages we were shown pictures of flint and bronze weapons discovered in Britain, and were expected to show the interest most young children would have felt for a jigsaw puzzle. It soon became apparent that Roma did feel this interest. My father made excuses for my youth. "It'll come," he said. "After all, Roma's 2 years older. Look, Caroline, an entire Roman bath, almost intact. What do you think of that, eh?" Roma was already their favourite. Not that she set out to be. This overwhelming passion had been born in her. She did not have to pretend. Perhaps rather cynically for one so young, I would try to assess my own value in my parents' eyes. As much as a pieced-together necklace of the Bronze Age? Not quite. Not to be compared with a Roman mosaic floor. A flint from the Stone Age? Perhaps, for they were fairly common. "I wish," I used to say to Roma, "we had more ordinary parents. I'd like them to be angry sometimes. Perhaps they could beat us. For our own good, of course, which is how all parents excuse themselves. That would be rather fun." Roma, in her matter-of-fact way, retorted, "Don't be silly. You'd be furious if they beat you. You'd kick and scream. I know you. You only want what you haven't got. When I'm a little older, Papa will take me on a dig." Her eyes shone. She could scarcely wait for the day. "They're always telling us we must grow up to do useful work." "Well, so we should. But it only means one thing. We have to grow up to be archaeologists." "We're lucky," stated Roma. She always made statements. She was so sure that what she said was right. In fact, she wouldn't have said it until she was sure. That was Roma. I was the odd one, the frivolous one, who likes to juggle with words rather than relics of the past, who saw something amusing when she should have been serious. I didn't really fit into my own family. Roma and I were often at the British Museum, with which my father was connected. We would be told we might amuse ourselves there with the implication that we had been given the entry into some holy place. I remember walking on the sacred stones and pausing, my nose pressed against cold glass, to examine weapons, pottery, and jewellery. Roma would be entranced, and later she always wore odd beads, usually of rough-hewn turquoise matrix or chunks of amber and badly drilled cornelian. Her ornaments always looked prehistoric.